Learn my tribal from the trap fluid combination with me. Tribal from the trap is my style tribal fusion. Enjoy. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hey YouTube. So today we're going to learn a tribal from a trap combination, something that I've been teaching actually in my classes. So you get a sneak peek of what's going on in my classes, and if you're in my classes you get to practice with me, okay? So first things first, it's like a really fluid sequence, and the purpose is just do some figure of eights while I explain. The purpose is to be able to flow non-stop without getting stuck, okay? So without stopping and starting or fidgeting your feet, the idea is to keep flowing without stopping whilst making shapes with the body, okay? Change direction with circles for me, just to open up those hips a little bit, soften the knees, sink into the floor. So Tribal from a Trap is my style, tribal fusion. This song is called Pray For Me, one of my most favorite songs by Tribal from the Trap, and the music is available everywhere. And it's made especially for me, it's my style, tribal fusion. So let's get started. We're going to start with our first move, which is called a side camel, but we're kind of adapting it slightly to Tribal from the Trap style. So we're going to sink into those knees. We're going to keep this heel on the floor at all times. First, I'm going to just shift from one side to the other. So I'm staying really low, and I'm gliding from right to left and left to right. And I'm sinking into my knees as I do it, okay? Sinking into my knees, or not actually my knees, I'm sinking into my heels as I do it, okay? Nice and low. Okay, so this is the action you're going to do. We're going to add in a vertical circle on this hip, watch. I go up and over and through. Dip, up and over and through. Okay, so how am I doing that? Well, first of all, the shape is this. On this hip, if I had a pen on this hip, pointing at you guys at the screen, I'm drawing a vertical circle like this on the screen, right? But here's the deal, if I do it sideways, when I slide to the side, all of my weight's on this leg. When I push my hip up, I push my heel up. So my heel and my hip are connected, they happen at the same time. I use the ball of this foot to push and send my hip to the opposite leg, okay? Then I put my heel down. So I'm going to shift, lift my heel, lift my hip, shift, drop. And that's where, when we break it down, it becomes like four pieces, like a vertical square. So I shift, sink all my weight into this leg. I lift my heel, I lift my hip, I squeeze my oblique, and I shift the weight over, and I push my hip as far as I can towards that wall. And then I go again. So I sink, I put both feet down, I sink. I lift my heel, I lift my hip, I squeeze my oblique to get some shape, yeah? And then you snake it this way. So if we do a big continuous motion, imagine you've got a pen on your hip pointing at me, and you're drawing a big vertical circle. The secret is to really sink into the legs. So much more into this. This is a combination I've been teaching in my classes. As I said before, so you're getting a sneak peek of a little warm-up combination we've been using. Okay, the idea is just to try to flow non-stop. Alright, so I want you to stay on this side, push, leave this heel up, and stick your bum out, your hip out towards the side. My weight's on this leg. We're going to shift and turn to face this side. My weight's on this leg. I'm going to shift the weight to this leg. Do you see that? And I raise the back heel. So I shift and I raise the back heel. Now as I do that, I'm going to do an undulation. Up, and I'm going to send my weight back again. I'm going to sit in what I call the hamstring stretch position, yeah? As if you were doing a hamstring stretch. Okay, so I just try and do that together slowly. Sinking into the heels. You do one side camel push, squeeze your muscles to get some shape, shift it across as far as you can. Now you're going to raise this heel and pivot, turn your energy around the corner. Okay, and then to transfer to this leg, I'm going to start my undulation. Up, roll, push back, land in a hamstring stretch. I'm now in a hamstring stretch, my weight is in this leg. I'm going to turn it into a hip circle. I'm going to push my hip round the back. I start to put it into both knees at that point. I shift my weight into this side, push my hip to the side. I push my hip to the front, my weight's in both feet. And go to the side again, weight in this leg, back into the middle, and then level up. Why am I talking so much about where your weight is, do you think? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm telling you because if you don't put your weight in the right place at the right time, you can't flow, you can't transition, you're going to get stuck. You don't want you to get stuck. we to flow. Okay, so pay attention to where I say your weight is and check. Otherwise, when we do the combination, you're going to stop and start, fidget your feet, lose your balance, and lose your shape. So let's go again. Up to there, one more time. Sinking, shifting, pushing your hip up, cut some shapes, pivot, shift the weight to this leg, up for your undulation, cut some shapes, push yourself back, drop into your hamstring stretch, push it behind you, push it to the side, weight in this leg, weight in the balls of the feet, weight in the side, weight up. Okay, next part, sink again. Okay, gonna come onto tiptoes, right? And so you try to keep balance. You're gonna shift. Actually, let's make it simple. Go towards a tiptoe and away from a flat foot. So right now, I'm on tiptoe on this foot, and I need to shift to this side. This foot's gonna go flat, this foot's gonna go tiptoe. So I'm doing what I did in the beginning, shifting my weight from one side to the other. What's happening is, I'm bending, and one leg straight and one leg bend. I go towards a bent leg, and I go towards a tiptoe. Yes, that should help you. Then, rest. We're gonna put some ribcage slides. Sink into those heels, soften those knees. Engage your belly. Make sure your bum's not sticking out. Lift the chest, drop the shoulders, lengthen the neck. And we're gonna slide our ribs. Again, it's called ribcage slide. We're doing a massive one. We're gonna go towards, if you're standing in the middle of the clock, towards 3 or 9, towards that wall, towards that wall, towards that wall. I'm rooted, I'm grounded. So should you be, okay? Glide it, glide it. They're massive ones. We're not looking for like isolations here. I want you to shift with it because we're gonna add in our weight transfer, okay? Okay, so at the same time, I'm gonna shift ribs and weight to this foot and then shift ribs and weight. So I'm putting my slide with my legs, okay? So shift, 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 shift. All right, the next part, we're building into a moving circle. That's what I'm breaking down, yeah? So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have your legs, when you go forward, always go onto tiptoes, and then when your chest goes back, you can come into the heels. We'll do the chest in a second. Tiptoes, weight in the tiptoes, and then weight in your heels. What we're gonna do now, push our chest forward as far as it'll go, back as far as it'll go. I want you to imagine your chest can touch the screen, and then your upper back, keyword, upper back is gonna touch your back wall. In my case, it's staircase. Yeah? Touch the screen with your chest, touch the back wall with your upper back. There's so much more details about muscles and control, but come to my school, I'll teach you properly, okay? But now, let's do just fundamentals. So, I go forward, I come onto my toes, try to keep your balance, and then you're gonna sink into your heels, push your chest back. Touch the back wall, okay? Tiptoes, chest goes forwards, heels down, chest goes back. If we put those together, we're gonna make a circle. So just worry about the legs first. I'm gonna go side, I come onto tiptoe, I come onto both tiptoes, I stay on my tiptoes, I shift, I put this heel down, I put both heels down. And I glide to this side, and as I go forward, I raise on my tiptoe, I raise on my tiptoe, I shift, I put one heel down, both heels down. And you should see you're kind of making a circle. And now what you're going to try and do is match the circle with your ribs. So I'm going to go side, tiptoe, tiptoe, push the chest forward to the front screen, slide, chest goes back, touch the back wall, touch the back wall, touch the side wall, touch the front screen, touch the screen, touch the side wall, touch the back wall, and off you go. So you're driving a circular motion with not only your body, but also your chest, okay? And you can play around with the style of this in all sorts of ways, actually. That is one of my most favorite ways to do chest circles, tribal from the trap style, okay? All right, so that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna do it the other way. Can we just see if we can go straight into it? If you need to break it down, press rewind, go over the breakdown, but do it in this direction. So you get to practice both ways. I'm just gonna go straight into it. Forward, round. And then you're gonna try to find your balance, right? And the only way you're gonna find your balance is if you sink into the floor. Technique in my school that I've nicknamed Earth Element Technique, which I teach you all about in my school, which is basically how you move without stopping, without losing your balance. There's a particular technique for how you use the floor in order to keep your flow. So if you're already my student, you'll know all about it. If you're not, come and learn with me. Okay, enough. So let's go over the sequence real slow once, and then we're just going to drill it, okay? So remember the key: grounded, rooted, energized, but agile, supple and fluid, strong but graceful. Okay, are you ready? So we coil and snake. We rotate, raise this back heel. Shift the weight to the back leg. Do your undulation. Shift the weight to the front leg, hit a hamstring stretch. Take it around the back, weight into the heels, weight into the side, weight into the toe, weight into both toes, weight into the side, weight into the heels, up. Now you're gonna come into the tiptoe, push your chest forward. Push your chest forward, push your chest back, chest forward, forwards, back. We're gonna change direction, side, forwards, side, back, side, forwards, side, back. Okay, so if you need that, you want to go over that a few times, hit rewind, go back to the marker, okay? Otherwise we're going to do it over and over again, 4 times, as fluid as you can. Find the floor, stay in contact with the floor, cut your shapes, try not to lose your balance and try not to lose connection with your movement, okay? That is how you flow, but so much more goes into flowing, right? Okay, anyway, okay, ready? Hey, 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 push. Stylize it in your own way. Boom. Boom. You can go slower than me if you like. Right, I'm gonna whack it up a little bit. Okay, a couple more times. Let's go. You ready? Come on, YouTube, we got this. Let's go. You ready? Stylize it with some flavor. Last time. YouTube, well done. Thank you for your hard work. Like, subscribe, follow, and if you like my videos, please share them. See ya.